Hello, welcome to Rarely Rad. It should be episode 15. We shall see. It is pouring another drink. It is Friday night and Saturday Sunday. What?
Look how much we drank already.
We also went out to dinner. We went out to drinks. Y'all, it has been a day. If you thought it was going to be a normal day, it wasn't.
You should have known it wasn't going to be a normal day the moment I showed into town.
True. Especially with
always go south.
Especially with how you showed up into town.
Yeah, disaster.
She shows up late Thursday night, chilling, hanging out. 11:13 on the dot.
On the dot.
My phone's already on D&D. I'm on my phone though, scrolling. I have a missed call from my neighbor across the way. Carl, best neighbor ever. If he listens to this, he's even better than I thought.
Sweet man.
He has a sweet dog, Roxy.
He brings over food.
He brings me food all the time. Like, I do not deserve him by any means. I have a missed call from him at 11:13. I'm like, that's random. And this is in the second bedroom. I'm like, hey, Carl called me. Like, should I say something? She's like, yeah, call him back. I call him back. He's like, yeah, like, there's a car out here, and the alarm went off because the hatchback was open, and I was going to call you because I kind of figured it was one of your friends, but I didn't want to bother you, so I just closed it, but the alarm went off. And I was like, yo, we actually heard the alarm go off, but it's not going anymore. And he's like, no, I know it's not. The hazards are going, though. And I saw that it has a North Carolina plate, so I realized it's probably Isabel. And Isabel's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I had to walk out in my pajamas, turn the car off, which I didn't even realize that once alarms went off that the car was still like actually going. I thought once the alarm was off, it was just like, that's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
No, I think that's how car batteries die. But yeah, and so Isabel's out there running, get it. And so that's when we should have known L's were going to be taken this weekend. Mm-hmm. But cheers to us for being here on camera. We're going out afterwards. Where we're going, we don't know yet. But it is already 9:33 p.m.
They just texted us.
The two girlies?
Yeah.
So Isabel came to work with me today. What'd you think?
It was fun. So being a remote girly, I love being remote. But sometimes being in an office is kind of nice because I feel like you kind of just get the camaraderie, I guess, or whatever people are calling it these days, of just like being in a work environment, and you kind of get like a little bit more going.
My office of me and my one coworker.
Yeah.
And then Isabel.
And me, who's just like, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Isabel got to do some clothes shopping.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
And it was funny. Lindsay and I, when we went down to bring clothes to the van, she was like, so like, what does Isabel do? And I was like, bro, I don't know. You've been seeing what she's doing all day. I'm not sure about that. That's what it looks like every time she gets on calls. And she was like, yeah, I'm confused too.
My Fridays are super slow because I'm not going to mention why that has to do with religious reasons. So I'm okay with it. That's not part of my religion. But I'm all about free Fridays.
I don't even know anything about religion, so I can't even like respond.
It has to do with
the Shabbat. Is that a thing?
Shabbat?
I thought it was kind of right.
I think it's that. Jews like don't believe in working past sunset. I think it's Shabbat.
Okay, anyway, but past sunset on Thursday?
Friday.
But if your Fridays are fully relaxed, then sunset's not until that late evening, so you would be working.
Yeah, so they don't believe in working past sunset or like
that just doesn't make sense to me though, because if it's sunset, say sunsets at 7 p.m. on a Friday.
It's not sunset, it has something to do with the sun, but it's not actually sunset.
Okay.
So Fridays, that's why our bank isn't allowed to schedule. They're not supposed to schedule calls on Fridays. I don't care about scheduling an 11 a.m. call on a Friday.
Yeah, but you had the longest call ever this afternoon.
Yeah, my 30-minute call that was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, Isabel was like, this isn't going to take long. And I was like, okay, like, because we're going to be leaving work. And literally my coworker left before us because I had to sit there and just wait for Isabel. And I was like,
my bad.
What's going on here? But then we got to leave. We were making plans. We were like, we're going to go out to get a drink.
Making money.
We got dinner tonight at Barcelona, per use. Shocker there. It's a mystery shop. So, you know, we're making bands moves. And we bring all of Isabel's clothes to the car. And I lock my keys in the trunk.
And we can't get into the car.
We still haven't been to the car. We ended up,
we got in, so it's a convertible. So I was like, let me just climb into the car because the roof was off. There's no like trunk pop-up button.
Because it's a convertible.
Makes sense, but Also,
so no one can rob me except I'm trying to rob myself, damn it.
honestly, we got to a point where I was like, you know what, we can't even get to this. Let's just call an Uber and go to the bar.
But you didn't say that, bro. Both of us thought it. And then we called an Uber because I was like, we gotta go home. And so we called an Uber to my house, and we were gonna get in your car, jump up onto my second porch, go through the back door, get the car keys and house key, drive all the way back downtown in your car, get my car, and come back here.
Well, I didn't want to say that about your car because I don't know how protective you are of your car. Like, I'm just kind of like,
My cars are always shit. There ain't nothing protective about it.
I mean, I'm not going to be the one to say, let's ditch your car.
It's at my work parking lot, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, it's still there. Yeah, lucky him. I have shit in the back seat. We got an Uber, and we had the coolest Uber driver ever. Angel, shout out to her. We told her we were gonna give her a shout out. She was awesome. She is a flight attendant for Spirit. She actually lives like right next door to me. It was kind of creepy, but she does.
She was down a vibe. It's like one of those Uber drivers. Sometimes you get Uber drivers and you're like, and other times you get Uber drivers and you're like, why don't you just come and hang out?
Yeah, and she was one of them. She was amazing. And we're in the car, and I tell her like what's going on, and she's like, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna be on the way to the bar. And she said, well, why don't you just go to the bar and deal with this later? And we both looked at each other and we're like, we're both thinking it, but neither of us wanted to say it. And so that's what we did. She drove us home. We got in Isabel's car. It smelled like McDonald's because she got it last night and didn't take it out of the damn car.
Yeah.
Then we went and got some drinks. And that was, wait until y'all, by the time you're listening to this episode, you will have heard the tea about that, because that should be coming out next episode, and this will come out following week, I think on the 15th. I think the next one's on the 8th. Yeah, you'll get some tea there. Yeah, we went to Barcelona. It was good. Honestly, we got full really quick.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes
I think
we
we're
had
just skinny.
Those nachos at Elbow were weird.
They had like full lettuce.
Yeah, and there wasn't like any protein on it. There wasn't like chicken on it.
Yeah, it was odd. And we should have known when we were like, what do you guys recommend? And they like named everything else except for nachos.
Well, she said wings, and I was like, I'm not eating wings.
Well, we heard last night on the phone how bad the wings were. We did.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Well, we heard last night. And so I was like, I don't want their wings. And so I was like kind of sold for like the cheese quesadilla, the mozzarella sticks. I'm like, plain cheese, anything, give it to me. I look so wide in this camera right now. I know
this camera look weird. No, I thought about the quesadilla too, but I was like, I don't know. I like because you can get bad quesadillas, and you don't think you can get bad
Treehouse
quesadillas.
has a good one.
You can get a bad quesadilla. And my concern was that was going to be the case, but I was like, you can't really mess up nachos. But
The case of the quesadilla.
Yeah, it turns out you can mess up nachos.
They weren't bad. They just weren't good.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you mess up nachos?
I don't know. I think I've had worse nachos.
I don't think I have.
Oh. You also ate more than I did.
Yeah, I was really hungry that day.
And you just kept having nut packs, but you didn't even eat all the things in the pack.
Well, I'm not gonna eat raisins. Who eats raisins?
I will when they're in the nut pack.
No, I don't. I'm not a raisin gal.
I was like, okay, so she's eating like, we have literal nuts too in the thing, and I was like, why is she not just eating the
I didn't
nuts?
say that. No, I had the nut part, but I wasn't gonna eat raisins. If I'm going grape, I'm going wine.
But yeah, that's our evening update. Have you seen the stuff about the girl in Transformers?
Megan first.
Fox. How did we just pulled a Chelsea, which she's like, I look like
Megan Fox.
No, when she didn't say I look like Megan Fox, though. She said I look like Machine Gun Kelly's wife.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck doesn't know who Megan Fox is? And we just fucked it up real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. If you know, you know.
Hopefully you don't.
Yeah,
Because she's
hopefully you aren't listening. One, did you know she has kids?
No.
Apparently she has 3.
What?
And apparently they're all transgender.
Wait, are they her biological children?
So I'm not gonna lie, I saw this on TikTok.
Because I saw her interview with Alex Cooper, Call Her Daddy. I saw like the TikTok snippet, and she was married at like 18, and he was, I want to say almost 30, if not 30.
Well, apparently.
So I thought that's what makes me think that they're not like her biological, like they're her stepchildren.
I don't know. Apparently, she has 3 kids. They're all boys, and all 3 are transgender. But apparently,
So
since
now
they were
boys?
no, they're now girls.
Oh,
And apparently, since they were babies, she was dressing them like girls.
interesting.
Yeah, and I like saw it on like a TikTok or something, and they were like, she took Transformers to the next level.
Yikes.
You want? I'm gonna get
Yeah.
the rest.
I mean, you're 2 classes ahead of me right now.
Am I really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
that's fine. I'm not good at like chugging down wine. I'm more of a
I
liquor girl.
don't really think I like wine, so I just.
I don't think I like wine either.
And like when you first poured this, I was like, I don't like this.
Well, the Palm is the sister brand of Whispering Angel.
It is fitting though that we are drinking the fucking palm. God!
Come on, my fancy.
Oh,
The bottle's cute though.
I know. That's why I usually buy wines based on price and bottle.
So Whispering Angel is the rosé that all the girls drink. This is owned by the same people. So you buy
Who's
Whispering.
all the girls?
Anytime anybody gets rosé, it's always Whispering Angel.
But what are we drinking? This is rosé.
Yes, Palm is the sister brand of what they own. The Whispering Angel owns the Palm. It's a cheaper version and it's actually tastes better.
No, I don't like it.
But yeah, because Whispering Angel isn't as great as people make it out to be.
Like, this tastes better than the real thing.
I took it home from Skinny because whomever put rosé on that list.
Honestly,
of
we
voting,
just bought too much wine for that in general.
that wasn't a wine trip.
No, if you're going to the beach and you're going to the pool, you ain't drinking wine.
No, and I didn't think about it in the moment. I don't think anybody really did. That's why nobody said anything. 'Cause I think only
I definitely think I thought about it, but I wasn't willing to make the comment.
I think I thought about it, but not enough to be like. I was like, well, maybe other people drink wine. Fuck it, I don't know.
Well, I'm going on a bachelorette next weekend, and I made sure to speak up the truth when they were like, "What do we need for food?" And I said, "Whatever you think we need less."
Yeah, I walked away with I made money on that trip, honestly, almost.
Yeah,
Because
I didn't leave with anything.
Well, you didn't have a cooler, did you?
Yeah, I did. I get really weird when it comes to taking things from stuff like that. I don't know why. Like, I understand, like, you and I both paid for it, but, like, I don't know. There's something kind of like how you get weird with food. I get weird with things like that.
So I was weird about it, but then it was just sitting there, and I was like, people still, like, I was, like, egging people on. I was like, take something. And then people did, and I was like, well, I'm going to take this unopened bag of cheese.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, y'all are making it weird by not taking anything, which I know everybody's not taking anything because everybody's feeling weird about taking something. Then I was like, I guess I'll
Well,
try
and
to
then it's like so political where it's like, well, then Isabel took it all.
Yeah, well, I was trying to like make moves like, hey, I'm taking cheese, so it's
Well,
okay for you to take something.
And someone needed to because everyone's just standing there like, so who's gonna take something? And I'm like, I don't fucking want any of this shit.
So I ended up walking away with LB 6 bottles of wine, so LB 3 and I each, a whole like pound of shredded cheese, two things of
Hot dogs,
charcuterie meats, so one each for one for me, LB, one for me, one for me.
wow.
Hot dogs, the buns. I mean, abortion cheese thing. I made money off of that trip. Like,
Yeah, I didn't. I took the Diet Cokes that you bought.
yeah.
And I didn't even take them all. There was like 4 left, and Nicole and I each had one in the car, and then I left the other 2 in the car with Nicole. And then someone took my Malibu.
Bought that Malibu.
No, the Malibu in the cooler was mine.
I bought it at Food Lion.
No, I brought Malibu.
I bought some at Food Lion when I went to go get the Diet Coke. I bought some there, so I took that as well because I was like, I bought these. I'm going to take them home.
No, I'm not talking about the Malibu seltzer. I'm talking about Malibu.
Oh, like a rum?
Yeah,
Like
like
a
the bottle.
bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why LB and I hid our liquor bottle in our ring. So I was like, nobody's touching my deep buddies.
I didn't care. It was just like, oh damn, like someone, like who the fuck else is drinking Malibu? It's me.
Other than me, and I didn't take it.
And I was like, what the hell? But I brought home literally 2 seltzers because there was like 2 left sitting there, and I was like, these just gotta go. We're throwing them in our cooler now. At this point, like,
It got to a point where I was like, somebody just please take something. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, it was like, because I ended up taking like a couple Cokes. Like, I didn't want to take any food, but then I was also like, I've got to be the one to initiate stuff so other people don't feel uncomfortable. But then people weren't doing it, so then I was like, well, then I keep like trying to take more
Well,
just to like make it
Also,
comfortable.
like you guys had one less person than everyone else in the car,
yeah, it was just
which does make a difference. Like
but we had one cooler. I mean,
suitcase wise, though, I'm saying like that does make a difference.
but I bought a bunch of things there that people didn't.
I know, but you don't like you can use the entire back seat as storage.
Right.
Why didn't do that? I thought it was charging.
It is charging. It's literally plugged in.
I
You just
hate
leave
it.
it.
Sorry if you're watching this. It's dark now. Bedtime.
How do we even like fix that?
Guess we're back.
I don't know if we've just been drinking too much. Where we're
Which
at.
it would not be a shock, y'all.
I apologize if we repeat ourselves.
You know how we both said we were like fucked up last Saturday? One of my friends, Mike, he sent me a video
Dude, the light again.
of me
Whatever.
last Saturday. And like I will say something about Mike. I always know when his camera's on me. And I'm like America's Next Top Model when his camera's on me. I don't know what it is, but it always turns out good. I don't know if it's Android or what. But whenever the camera is on me and he was on me, I just immediately know and I just like kiss, blow, like I feel it, I embody it, I got it. And all of a sudden on Monday, he sends me a video of me at the bar on Saturday, and I'm just like, yeah, that looks about right.
That was a dance move for people
That looks about right. I did look so skinny. I'm not mad. Clearly, no lights were on. No one was home. I needed someone fending for me because that was.
I would also like to clarify off topic that we had to break into Haley's apartment.
We did. I don't think we talked about it, but since my keys were locked in the car, we had to pull. I think we did mention it. We had to pull Isabel's car all the way up to my back porch, stand on Isabel's car,
I had to climb
onto my back porch, which there was a loose rod.
I thank God I tested the rod because I would have fallen down it. But thank goodness for me, I'm a spider monkey.
She goes, "Don't worry, I like to climb."
I do. I was always a climber.
And then when we were trying to decide if we climb later or earlier, she's like, "I think if we get a few drinks, I'll climb better." And I'm like,
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
I was always really good at climbing. I was just really bad at getting down. Like when I was in high school, my parents we get like you live in Florida, the storms get brewing, and it would be like branches on our roof. So my parents would always have me climb onto the roof and get like the branches and like walking around, taking all the branches off. But then I would get really scared coming down. People would be like, "Go, go, go!" And I mean, even our neighbors, because I was scared.
Were you like climbing down the tree?
No, I was on a ladder.
Oh,
But
I
I
think.
live in Sweden, and Sweden is like
Oh my
very
god!
foresty.
And while Isabel's mid climbing up, this car pulls up. We're not on a busy road. Like we're in like the back of my neighborhood. Like no one passes us except for like Carl and like two other neighbors maybe. And this car random. Never seen it before. It's a truck. He pulls up. This was like mid climb. Goes, "I have a ladder if you guys need it."
I mean, one leg is on the porch.
One leg's like up. She's holding on.
I'm like, thanks, asshole. You could have come up 30 seconds earlier.
I was like, "Oh, she might be there."
Yeah, honestly, looking back, what if I got a bad sponge? Oh, the thought makes me unhappy. This one is not good.
It might be just bad from being in my fridge for so long. Just wine goes bad like that?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we're not drinking it for the taste.
No, I don't think I like rosé. Is the thing.
I don't either. And
I
Keith
used to love
S likes rosé, and she's grown. When he told me that, because he has a nice rosé bottle in his fridge, and I found out that it was like for her, and I was just like, "Who drinks rosé?"
Honestly, I used to love rosé, and
When you're 12?
well, like 23, 24.
Okay, so 12.
And I feel like it was a very good summer girly drink.
It's not something I would ever like be like, "Let me pop a bottle of rosé."
No, now I'm like, if I'm gonna drink like a summer wine, I'm just gonna go Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc, champagne.
I'm not getting Chardonnay, I'll tell you that.
Oh, fuck no. I'd rather rosé over Chardonnay.
I was gonna say rosé over Chardonnay.
All day. Hey. AD all day.
Chardonnay sounds like a hangover. Like when you drink you're gonna be hungover the next day because it tastes like
Butter.
I would say butter and like sugar.
I just don't like the taste of it.
No,
I think it's awful, disgusting, nothing good. It's like a bad ex-boyfriend.
I liked Chardonnay when I was in college, and that speaks volumes.
Yeah, ex-boyfriend.
It's like Riesling.
That's something.
Mhm.
It's like Chardonnay's everyone's ex-boyfriend.
Chardonnay
We
is
hate
like
him.
your first apartment that didn't have a washer and dryer.
But like we hate him. He sucks. You thought you liked him for a second, and then you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You liked him because you got high off of him because you were getting drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you woke up the next day and you were like, no,
my
this
head
is
hurts.
bad.
I don't feel good.
This is bad.
Nasty.
And it's so like yellow too. And I'm like, you just look at Chardonnay and like,
You pour it and it's thick.
yeah, it's like, you know once Chardonnay starts tasting good that you should have been home.
I've also realized, I was saying this earlier, it's a total new, I don't even know if I can call it a personality trait where like I'm frustrated, I'm ordering a tequila shot.
I don't know if that's a personality trait. I'm just not really a big tequila girl.
I'm not really,
and I'm not a shot girly anymore.
But 2024 was like no shot Haley. Like I'm not. You're gonna stretch right here on the video.
Yeah. I'm doing stretches.
What the hell?
Skinny.
But no, all of it, like I was anti-shot. I was like, no shots for Haley. Nope, not in. And then the last 2 weekends, I'm like, you're pissing me off. Tequila shot. Oh, you're pissing me off. Tequila shot.
I guess nobody's really pissed me off to that point in a long time because I try not to hang out with people that overly.
Well, one boy tried to talk shit to me about Florida State football. And I was not having it. Just don't talk bad to me about my fucking football team. Don't try to tell me that like, oh, UGA beat their ass, blah, blah, blah. Our team did not play the UGA team that played. We had a billion sit-outs. I'm pretty sure last statistic I showed, maybe I'm wrong, we had more draft picks than UGA did in the NFL draft. So how are you going to talk shit to me about my team when they didn't play? Jared Verse wasn't on the field. Jordan Travis, now a Jet, JETS baby, did not play. Many others did not play either. But those are two right there. And I was just like, I'm not having this. I'm not having this conversation with you. You're not going to understand my point of view because you're not an intellectual like myself. And I'm walking away. I'm going to get myself drinks. And I'm going to come back and this conversation will not continue. So then I came back. I had a frozen margarita, a Diet Coke, and a tequila shot. And I was like, conversation's done. If you keep talking to me about it, my ears are closed.
Speaking of football, Tepper, the
What's
owner
that?
of the Panthers, I don't know his first name. I saw him at the concert at the Kenny Chesney concert. He walked past me. David Tepper.
Was he with Chelsea?
No, they were like the part. But everybody that's a Panthers fan like hates him because he bought the Panthers from, I can't remember the guy's name. This guy, David Tepper, he's the one who traded out McCaffrey. Did all he has like no idea what he's doing. And even Charlotte Agenda's like, please just let
Is he the owner or is he the GM?
Owner. He bought the Panthers from he used to come into the restaurant. He used to work there all the time.
Brick Tops?
Mm-hmm. The Panthers used to always come in there because I think the hotel that they used to stay at was like right there.
Where the Panthers get topped off, Brick Tops.
They come in with their kids.
Oh, never mind.
Anyway, yeah, everybody like the Carolinas like.
Oh, have you heard the new Shabuzi song? I played it earlier.
Oh, double shot of whiskey.
Yeah, is that not the song of the summer?
It is the song of the summer.
If people still did, when like people were doing like Receiptify or whatever, where like they would post it on their Instagram and be like their top like 12 songs they played. Yeah, it was called like Receiptify. Like it looked like a receipt. I think it was like a combination. Now I'm saying this out loud. I think it was like a combination between Spotify and Receipt. So
yeah, no shit. I just say the freaking word. It's Receiptify.
Yeah, I'm explaining, and it like then gives you like your top 20 songs of the month or 10 songs
on Instagram.
You get it on the website and then you reshare it onto like your Instagram story. It was a thing for a hot minute.
I don't know. It might have. I don't really watch a lot of people's Instagram stories. I scroll through and only pick people that I like, you or like.
Well, I'm probably like the first one.
Yeah, but I'm very particular about whose stories I watch because I don't want people to think that I care.
It's me. I'm like, who's watching today? Who's watching today? Oh, you're watching? Why are you watching? And there's always a reason why anyone's watching.
Somebody said this to me the other day. They're like, you don't care about a lot of things. And I've been thinking about it a lot because I don't really know how to take that, because I care about a lot of things that I care about, but I'm also fine to just like
Let things go.
let things go, and like I'm not gonna let certain things bother me because I've got other things on.
I think that's on protecting your own peace, though.
I'm like, that's a boundaries thing for me.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but they're like, well, the guys always have poker night at your place. And I'm like, yes, that annoys me sometimes, but I generally try to put up a wall because I'm just gonna sleep until I go to bed. And I'm not in the mood to argue about it. And I don't care enough to like be like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone puts up boundaries in different ways. Like, I know if I'm feeling like something is eliciting, is that the right word? An emotion from me that I don't like, I will mute it. So, like, whether I'm now seeing your stories and I'm like, I don't like seeing these stories of yours, they're muted.
Yeah.
If I realize I'm like getting excited, like if someone's texting me and I'm like hoping it's them, when I get like a notification, I mute their text.
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, then I know whenever I do get a notification, I'm not like, oh my God, is it them?
Because it's starting to take control over how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
No. And so I'd rather just like live like, I guess, in my own bubble. And like, I do see sometimes even within myself, like I know I'm not getting a notification from their text, so that I'm checking my phone more often to see if I have a text, because I know I'm not going to get a notification from it. Most of the time, I'm not doing that. It's just like, oh, I got a text from them. Like, cool. It was from 2 hours ago. It's not important. I will say, I do notice sometimes when I'll be like, have they texted me yet? Have they texted me yet? Then that's when I'm like, no, Haley, now you need to unmute them so you will get a notification when they do text you, so you're not like constantly checking.
I guess when somebody said this to me, it kind of reminded me of what one of your ex-boyfriends said to you. And I just remember you had recorded a call between him and you, and he was like, you don't care about anything. And you're like, I care about things. And he was like, no, you just don't care. And it kind of, not in a bad way, but, and I don't, when this guy said it to me, I don't take it negatively, but I don't take it positively. I was like, what are you trying to, because that to me, I'm like, I don't take it negatively or positively, but you have some sort of behind meaning to what you're saying. Does that make sense?
Yes. I also will say we like so like connect the dots. I was talking to one of my good guy friends last night, and he knows a decent bit of details around my life and stuff, and like what's going on relationship wise and stuff. And he said to me, he was like, I have short lasting love for like these guys. And I responded, and I accidentally got real deep on him. And he's like, whoa, I was just texting to like goof around, not like get deep. And he was like, all the love I give is long lasting in hopes. It doesn't always end up being long lasting because people fuck shit up. When I give love away, it's for forever. It's not for a short term.
Like far and few in between.
Yeah, we're talking short term, long term is what he said. He was like, I have short term love for them, and I was like, no, I have long term love for them, and all the love I give is long term in attempt. Like, I want every love I give is attempted to be long love.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because I think that's how I think people think I don't care, but it's because I know that you're not worth the love that I can give you.
Yeah.
Or this situation isn't worth the passion and love that I want to give
out. And I think it goes back to what we were talking about with our Uber driver, like in jail. Again, shout out to her. You can control what you can control. You can't control what you can't control. So control what you can. We can't control what other people are doing. We can control outcomes out in the universe. We can control what we're doing, how we're reacting, how we're proceeding. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was so cool, but she was just like, why do things are going to disappoint you? Why proceed on things that aren't what you actually want? One of her example was like, one of her friends was buying this car, and she's like, is that really the car you want? And her friend was like, yeah. And she's like, no, it ain't. And then like a month later, after the girl spent all this money on like getting this car, she traded it in for she had a Nissan, and she traded it in for a Charger, and she was like, yeah, that's the car you wanted. Like, is it? No. I don't know.
She said she had the Jeep thing, the BB.
Yeah, our driver did, but she was talking about her friends.
Yeah, her friend traded in for a Lexus.
I thought she said a Charger.
Anyway,
whatever. Beside the point, she was like, yes, like that's what I knew like that would fulfill her more than what she was originally giving herself. I guess the issue is like people are willing to accept less than what.
It's not that people are willing to accept. I think people sometimes
Think they deserve.
settle for something that will help them in the short term. They'll be able to pay the car off faster if it's a Nissan versus a Lexus, but the Lexus is going to make them happier. And it's like, okay, you spent a couple more hundred. Like, in reality, like, it's such a long-term payment that who freaking cares?
And the end of the
Just
day,
get the
money
Lexus.
comes, money goes. It mostly goes, then comes.
It
But
doesn't
like,
come very often.
you figure it the fuck out. God damn.
Are we getting like philosophical? Sons of Lexus.
Really rad chronicles. The scrolls, really rad.
We're the next diagram theorem or whatever that guy's her name was. What's his name? Bartholomew or something.
I have no idea. I was
Aristotle.
You went from one degree to the next, and honestly, I couldn't tell you which one was right or wrong. That's how
The Bartholomew theorem. What is it?
Pythagorean.
But that's the parentheses. Please excuse my daring sound.
PEMDAS.
Yeah.
I don't think
theorem.
so. I hate
Oh, you know
saying
what? It might be the A
Honestly,
squared plus B squared.
I hate you saying that word.
That's the word. That's what it's called.
I know it doesn't sound right.
What? Because I'm saying it.
Yes.
Oh, it sounds better when like a philosopher said
Yeah,
that. I'm pretty sure it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
it might be, but Pythagorean field.
Well, when you say that,
See,
that's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds like.
yeah, honestly, it's weird to think about that. Like our teachers were just like us.
You ever like? I have some of my teachers on like Facebook and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're still teaching. And I'm like, you've been doing that for like 25 years.
Yeah. Like imagine working your job for 25 years. Your job is different. Your job,
Yeah.
no, your job. You can work your job for 25 years.
I'm like,
My job, like sometimes I think about that because
I will be traveling.
I think it's difficult for me because we'll be like, oh, like where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm like, why do I need to know that right now?
Well, who's paying me the most?
I don't want to. Like they asked me that at the age of 22. They're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I'm like, I don't know.
They all did. And imagine if we wrote it down and we looked at it now, because it would probably be embarrassing.
If I just tell myself I'm going to be
I
like
would-
a millionaire by the time I'm 30,
I would have to jump off this balcony, and really all I'd come out with is like a broken wrist.
I would have to jump off this balcony while you with my cart like 5 feet behind so you could drive over me.
Like, I was probably married. I probably was expecting my first kid at least, if I didn't already have it. I probably owned a house.
You do own a house. What do I have? At least you have the house.
You have a dog.
I have a dog. That wasn't in my 5-year plan.
You have a man's.
I have a man's.
That wasn't in my 5-year plan either.
I mean, looking back at it, like I was like, by 22, I want to be married and have a child. If I were married and had a child at 22, oh my goodness,
No, that's your 5-year plan, so it's gonna be at 27.
no. When I was younger, like my mom was
Oh.
happy at 23,
Trust me, yeah, no, I
and I was like, I want to be 22 and have a family.
I-
Ew,
full on thought I would get married January 9th, 2019.
that's embarrassing for you.
We're now May of
It's
2024.
5 years later.
I think got no ring. I've never even. And then okay, something
I've
that
never even been ring shopping.
something that doesn't I don't understand is how are there people our age that have been married, divorced, and getting married again?
You know what is the thing? Okay, so this girl I went to high school with, and this is I have to put my line now for this because I'm so passionate about it.
Like I just don't understand how this works. Like how have you found someone to propose, gotten divorced, fell in love again, and found someone to propose again? And I'm like fucking twiddling my thumbs up my butt.
Yeah, no. So this girl, listen to this, dude. So this girl dated this guy a long time in high school, long time, 5 years. That's a long time for high. I mean, that's a long time, but for high school, it's really long. You're like, oh, that's marriage shit. 2019, they break up in like 2017. 4 months later, she's dating a guy. 2019, she's engaged to this guy. 2020, they're married. They have a house.
So this is like 4 years later.
But she dated a guy. She started dating a guy 6 months later after that 5-6 year relationship. Dated a guy 6 months later, engaged, married to this guy.
Yeah.
2020, marriage, have a house. You don't like. This is one of those girls that I'm like. You've posted everything on Facebook. Like I am part of your life. I don't like. You had an ugly haircut, but I'm involved. You've made it my business.
We are now friends.
We are friends through Facebook, and this is the only reason I really go on Facebook, is because I'm somehow invested in this girl's life. 2022 rolls around.
She's
She
divorced.
hasn't really posted anything. You don't even know that she's divorced because she just starts posting about another guy. And you're like, okay, whatever. 2023 rolls around. I'm moving to XYZ town with my boyfriend. He's proposed. Okay. 2024 rolls around. And she's like I said, she's very open about her life. Hey, I'm living in XYZ town. We've had a baby. I'm moving back to our hometown, which blows. Y'all have heard us talk about it.
Hate it.
It's hard for me to raise this kid on myself. He's gonna move down to maybe, I don't know, we're working on it.
So she's divorced again. Separated. I don't like how do people find
I don't know, and it's not even, she had bad hair.
wait, she's not bumping girl.
No, this girl, you know, just look at people and you're like, that hair is fried.
Me in high school.
Worse.
My hair was straight up straw.
This girl her hair was so fried it wouldn't grow past her shoulders. She boxed at it, which was like fine, we all did that. She would straighten it, but you know, you straighten it and it's all like crimpledy in the back. And she just like,
You know, something that P talks shit to me about is he was like, I hated those girls in like high school and stuff that like dip dyed their hair.
everybody did that there.
Do you remember me? I had brown, pink to purple.
Yeah.
I had like brown, like light blue to dark blue. Like I was just like, okay, Boy Scout.
I don't really think you can
Settle
judge
down.
anybody based off of who they were in high school, unless they were really fucking cool in high school and they don't have any other friends still.
They're
Then, yeah.
only hanging out with their high school friends, and you judge them.
It's not even judgment. It's just fact. It's observation. It's you have open legs, open doors, open arms to judge this person.
Speaking of, you know what song's been real slapping lately?
What?
Dig Down in Dallas.
Dig down in Dallas,
Real down in Raleigh. Tattooed in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Has that not been slapping?
Yeah, I've been just like when you're just like coming around, you're like, you know, the worst is like when you're just walking around like the most inappropriate, you're like, in the grocery store. Dig down in Dallas. Just
Real down in Raleigh. No, that song's been slapping now. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
that song there's just something about it.
Yeah, and it's just a bob.
Yeah. Same with that Ashley Tisdale song. He Said, She Said.
I love Ashley Tisdale.
I mean,
I want to
she's
be
just-
her.
She's just unlike any other.
You know who I really
No,
like?
but I think I would have rather be Selena Gomez.
Yeah, but I hate that she has lupus. I don't want.
But she's so good.
Oh, I love Selena. Don't get me
She's-
wrong. I'm not shitting on
she does
her. I would
so
just hate to
much.
be sick.
I mean, yeah, but you're already sick.
Yeah, but unfortunately for her, and I hate to say this because I love Selena, but like I think hers can kill her.
I know, but she's also rich.
Yeah, no, good for her. I mean, not me.
Yeah.
But
So,
so
like,
like
she
Ashley
can, like-
Tisdale.
She can reach. Okay, so I would say Selena Gomez's net worth is more than Ashley.
Oh, it definitely is. But at a certain point, like when you have so much money, the bills aren't even matter. It's like, does it even
I know.
matter?
Can you imagine?
Nope. I'm like, this chicken is 17 less cents. You're coming home with me.
I left Skinny Girl Retreat making money.
I got a whole pound bag of shredded cheese.
Like, what? I just can't even imagine, like, those people that don't. I remember when I was dating this boy back in high school, Auburn boy, his parents, he had like, I think it was like $1,400 in allowance a
A
month.
month in college?
Yes, that didn't include rent or, like, it didn't include, like, the most basic things, like your rent, your gas, your classes, and, like, it was like,
That was just spending
your
money.
groceries. It was like literally like spending. And so obviously, one, I probably gained a shit ton of weight then because like, what the hell, we were boofing because he had so much money, and I was like, you pay. It wasn't even his money, but I was like, uh-huh. And I realized we were not on the same playing field when Auburn gas is real cheap. Real cheap. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just it's cheaper there than anywhere in Tallahassee or all the way to Tallahassee.
It's because of the taxes. Like South Carolina is super cheap.
I mean, I drove through most of Alabama on the way to there, and it was just so cheap in Auburn. And so I would, if I needed gas, I'd fill up enough to get to Auburn, and then I'd fill up in Auburn because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
And one time I made a comment to him like, "Oh yeah, the gas is cheaper at this gas station than like that," and he was like, "Oh, I don't look at gas prices." And I was like, "Oh my god,
I haven't never not looked at gas prices.
I think the first thing I ever read was gas price."
Yeah.
I was like, regular $1.98. But no, I realized we were definitely not on the same playing field when he said that.
I guess I've never dated a rich guy.
Yeah, and guess I said same playing field, but I guess I date a lot of guys that are not on my playing field.
I think you date a lot of narcissists.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you,
We're working through
except
that.
for first Alex Crazy Ex, I think that was just high school stuff. But after that, I feel like there's
No, I don't think.
I'm not saying you didn't love him or anything.
No, I'm not. I'm saying long term ex wasn't.
No, I'm saying I don't think. I'm saying his persona doesn't fit your ex's going forward.
Oh no. That was a high school love.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Him versus like your
Following
exes. I think you're attracted to, and I think most people are attracted to men who are willing to take initiative and et cetera, like be like the
Well, and like I said earlier,
forward.
I guess the end of the day that my issue is I'm like, oh, you've only known me for 3 days and you're so in love with me. It does make sense because like who wouldn't be in love with me?
no, for sure. Like
And I think that's where my issue
you
is.
love me, you're obsessed with me, you want to marry
And
me.
I'm like, I don't blame you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, yeah, it does make sense. I am also obsessed with me. I mean, even today at Elbow Room, the conversation, he was like, well, everyone can't be as perfect as you. And
And
I
it's
was like, I know you're meaning that to be like really rude, but like, I am aware.
It's like you don't need to tell me these things.
I know I'm perfect. I'm sorry. I am who I am. And someone is very lucky that I allow them into my life. And I'm sorry that it was you. And I'm sorry you fucked it up.
But I think, yeah, I don't know. I just think a lot of those, I mean, it's just like this with everybody. Everybody has like a certain character flaw that seems to attract them, which is actually a negative character flaw that you're attracted to. It's just like you want.
I liked you for this, and actually I now hate you for that same exact reason.
I think it's a narcissistic love bombing.
Yeah, maybe I'll break that trait at some point.
Do people
It
ever
might-
break that
I
shit?
wonder, but my like long-term ex wasn't that way, and I wonder if that's why I grasp towards that now. Because like he was not that way at all. Like I literally was like, where the fuck is this going after 6 months of talking? And then we started dating, and then it didn't work out. And then now a boy is like, I'm in love with you. You're my wife. I'm gonna put a baby inside you one day.
Ew.
That's so gross. And I'm like, yeah, duh. Like, that's me. Per usual. And I wonder if I grasp towards that because of my long-term ex.
I was watching one of these like love dating shows. They interviewed this guy, and he's like, girls, there's nothing they find hotter than when I say I can't wait to put a baby in you. And I'm like, that is foul, and girls don't like that. And he was just being like, I always tell girls I can't wait to marry them. I can't wait to like put a baby in them. I can't wait to
No.
like take all these like XYZ commitment steps, not realizing that to
Most
any girl almost like
that
not
means
even-
something.
yeah, and it like means something, and it's also like if I've gone on one date with you and you say that to me, that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's facts.
And like that guy was basically saying,
But also, I'm like, yeah, me too.
oh, see, no, I'm like, if a guy was like, can't wait to put a baby with you, and I was like,
Yeah, no, there, I think I'd be like, ooh.
yeah, I'm like,
It's a no for me, dog. Thank you, but no thank. I don't think men think.
I think it's become so prevalent in the last like 5 years that women really are the superior species.
We can't not be. Women, unless you absolutely goddamn fucking suck. Everyone's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
If you're not, you fucking suck and I will kick you in the brains. But like, in the fact that boys don't realize that yet, like, I mean, there's literally Facebook pages. Like, are we dating the same man? And stuff like girls are on girls' teams. That's it. Girls are gonna tell other girls what's going on. In the end of the day, boys suck, boys drool, girls rule, and boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. And that's it. Welcome to pod. Hopefully, I don't know why there's
What the balloons?
I don't know why there's balloons. Thank you for listening to pod 15. Hopefully, it might be 14. We shall see. And tune in to next time.
Bye.
We'll talk to you later.